everybody, and welcome to the wonderful world of football shirts, a football shirt podcast that is dedicated to all the things we love about football shirts. And let's just face it, football in general. Whether you are a collector of little Corinthian footballers, whether you're a collector of programs dating from 1952, or whether you like to collect football shirts based on the Italian 90 World Cup. I don't know. That's a good random one, but some people like to do it. We are a safe space where we can share our opinions and our loves without that feeling of anyone judging us, because at the end of the day, we're all individuals and we all like different things. As ever. Well, it's not as ever, but I can't do this by myself. If I do, it's just one man rambling. So I am pleased to say I have got my wonderful co-host, Jake from Art on Shirts. Say hello, mate.
Hello, how are you?
I am. Do you know what? Ian, I'm gonna spoil the party here, but we've got Ian, a guest today, who's going to talk about footballs. But Ian knows that I'm in a really good mood now, but I was in an absolute terrible mood earlier, all to do with a ginger without a clue being able to do some terrible wall ceiling issues. But I'm great now because I fixed it.
Hey, well done.
Yeah. In short,
was that through perseverance, or was it through somebody jumping in to help you?
No. So we have in the ceiling in the living room has got I call it wallpaper because it's wallpaper and it's like textured. You know some have Artex. It's like Artex. It's all this
Artex
pattern,
wallpaper.
right?
Crazy.
It was coming away, and I wanted to tear it down. Father-in-law said, keep it and just get some wallpaper paste, make it really thick, stick it back. Right, started doing that this morning and it wasn't sticking. It was looking horrible and it just eating me all day. It was getting me really anxious, frustrated. I would say depressed. That's a bit of an over-exaggeration, but I was like, ugh. And then I sent Ian a text message just to remind her that we're recording tonight, and he sent a voicemail saying that I'm having a shitty day because he's stuck in traffic. And I was like, I feel like I'm having a shitty day as well. And then I kind of ended the voice note and I just said, and sorry, I said, fuck it. And so I got off my ladder, went up there, and I just started tearing all that shit down.
Nice.
I got the spatula thing and I just started fucking going at it, and it was coming off and I'm like, yes, and I'm making so much mess, but I was like, it was just like I was a massive tense ball and it was just a release and I felt so much better for it and I'm in such a good mood now.
Hey, good.
I think you did the right thing. You sent me a picture of the after as well, and yeah, I think it's the right decision, mate.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Jake, you are wearing
your last little bits off now.
Yeah, that's what I got to do. Jake, you're wearing your long sleeve Italian football shirt, I see.
Certainly am. Yeah, wedding present number 2.
Ooh.
Italy 1996 away shirt. Yeah, love it.
From your wife or for your wife?
From.
Okay.
She wouldn't be impressed if it was for.
Yeah, no, I've tried that one as well. See, that's why I asked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have got a lady who does like to wear football shirts, and I'm assuming you wear Reese's, Helen. Do you own any of them?
I think a lot of the ones that we have as a couple were joint purchases, actually.
Oh, that is adorable.
We get one that fits him, but I wear it baggy.
Nice.
It's nice.
Welcome back, Helen. How are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. I'm well.
I am so pleased to have you back, and you are looking incredibly festive.
Thank you. I've been carol singing this evening.
Hey.
Dig it.
Yeah,
Well,
that time of year.
Festive for a reason.
Festive for a reason.
Yeah, I mentioned it already. I have spoilt it slightly by mentioning him already. But today we're going to talk about balls. So let's just get that innuendo out of the way.
Yeah. I usually talk a lot of balls. Yeah.
Yeah. But let's use that opportunity to say to all of our male listeners, testicular cancer is a really important thing and serious. So make sure you check your balls whenever you have a shower, just to make sure if there are any irregularities, to get yourself checked out by a doctor. I would rather you do that and be a little bit embarrassed than than kind of like not being with us. So on that note, positive. Yeah. Welcome, Ian, to the show.
Hello. Nice to meet you all, guys. Nice to meet you all, guys and girls.
Massive round of applause. You are kind of like, we've had football shirts, obviously collectors. We've had football boot collectors. We've
Yeah.
had little different things collectors, but footballs are, you know, a kind of arm, an umbrella of the things that we love on this pod. Because yeah, we love football shirts, but let's face it, Jake, we are nerds about football and we love all things football. So having you on the show
Yeah.
was a massive get for us. So we're really excited to have you on.
No, my pleasure. My pleasure. Unfortunately, my penchant for collecting extends beyond footballs, mate. Got a lot of football shirts. Started collecting Predators as well, which was a bad mistake. I mean, my bank balance has not forgiven me since. So I'm knocking them on the head in 26. I've just got that new pair coming on the way, but that's it. I'm done after
You
that.
mean these
Oh,
ones?
now you've started it, Ian.
I could, yep, he's pulling them out already. Look.
He's rustling through boxes as we speak.
Yeah,
I
mine have not been
am in
delivered
love
yet.
with them.
But yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm a
So,
collector of collections. That's what it seems to be the case.
well, do you know what? I mean, it's a slippery slope, but we love it.
Indeed,
That's the
indeed.
thing. We are all collectors of the purveyors of the whatever they call it. I don't know, but anyway, welcome. We are kind of, obviously you are more than welcome to tell us and show us anything you've got that you've collected over your kind of period, but the footballs were the main thing we want to talk about. And I guess the main question we ask anyone who comes on with a collection is, how did it all start? What got you into collecting footballs? And can you remember your first one?
Yes. Do you know what? I started back in the 90s. Probably with a couple of miters. So it would have probably been 96ish, 95, 96. And to be fair, I've actually still got because a lot of the others went down into my mum's basement when I moved out, and then the basement flooded, unfortunately. So there was a lot of rain, it wasn't tanked properly, and it flooded, and it ruined a lot of my footballs. And my mum threw them away, not
Of course they
realizing
do.
obviously the the huge upset that caused me at the time. But one of the ones that did survive is this. It's a mini Mitre Premier League
Oh, wow.
Ultimate. And so I've had this since 1996. It didn't hold air anymore, but I sent her away to get repaired. So she's now looking round and lovely again. So yeah, that was one of the first footballs I collected. And then I had like an Ultima version, so not the actual match balls themselves. I couldn't afford them at
Yeah.
the time because I was only would have been like 17, 18, 19. So yeah, didn't couldn't afford the proper match ball versions. And I do remember actually this was another one. Always keep this one about. This survived many a year in the loft. Again, it had to be repaired, but that's an original 1998 tricolor, a replica
Oh,
from the France World Cup.
beautiful. Love that
So
ball.
yeah. So this is been with me years. This ball, but unfortunately not a match ball version. But still pleased with the condition and the years I've kept it. So yeah, it started with those, and then when Nike took over the Premier League. But again, it wasn't the match ball version, but I kept that in its box, immaculate condition, absolutely years. Then I kind of gave up a bit, work took over, started my own business, family, wife, and then once COVID hit, um, I kind of started collecting again. Had a bit of sort of free money, and I'd seen footballs like the Audem 4, 2016-17 season. Probably got actually, this wasn't planned, but it just sits up here anyway. This little beauty, just in case. So the colours on that, just love beautiful, colourful football. And that
Yeah.
came after the Bazooka in 2014 for the World Cup. So it was those two balls kind of got me back into thinking about collecting again. So I was picking up an odd ball here and there off of eBay and other marketplaces. Then I saw a chap selling a whole collection, and I thought, "Oh, hello," and then that was it. I bought that collection off of him and just kept adding to it, adding like yellow balls, orange balls, rarer balls, balls that were missing. Yeah, and then it kind of spiraled and got a bit out of hand, really. I started then collecting Champions League, World Cup. Yeah, and it just run away with itself, really. Yeah, and my bank account too.
So, Ian, what sort of number of balls are we talking about?
The Premier League collection, when I last counted it, I was at just over 90, and I think I've added 3 from this season, the last one from last season, I think a couple of others. I'm probably near 100 just in Premier League balls alone.
Wow.
With all the
Wow.
others, with all the other stuff, and then basically I'm getting up to near 400 footballs, I think.
Wow. Because
As
it,
long as I
like,
promise my wife doesn't watch this podcast or hear it, yeah, it's about 400 footballs.
Are they all
Um,
inflated, Ian, or are they all? Have you
yeah, yeah.
lost much storage?
When you squash them down, they crease. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Sometimes it depends
yeah,
how long
yeah,
they're creased for. But if you pump them up, sometimes the creases come out. But if they're creased for a long time, they don't. So it's not really advisable to store them like that. You know what I mean? And the
yeah.
bladders, they do wear, they do perish. The valves need to be kept slightly moist as well. So it's all a bit problematic to store and
Wow.
keep a collection of footballs. You know, shirts, it's not so bad. You know what I mean? You hang them up, you
yeah.
know, there's
I
nothing's
mean,
going
that
to happen to them,
400
unless a
shirts,
moth or something gets
that
in.
is a big collection, but that's not crazy because you can stack them up or hang them up. But
That is
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
are
So
they
I
all
put I
like the
put a
ones
lot of them.
behind you, like on shelves?
No, I wish. It's got so out of hand that so I don't know if you can then see like down there and then up there. They just that's how they become. When the shelves get full, they're just kind of put in boxes. And again, it's something that kind of makes me a bit sad because like I'll get some footballs, open the box, go, oh yeah, that's brilliant. I've got that now. And I stick it and don't even see it again for another like 6 months until I get it out to try and pump it up and keep it alive. So yeah, a little bit sad in that respect. It's got almost to a point where I can't enjoy them so much because there's just too many of them, just too many. But
Wow.
I did put all my Champions League ones. I managed to persuade my mum to commandeer a room at her house, so I've got all my Champions League ones on display in there. You know, it all looks nice and you can see them, and some of the Spanish League ones at the bottom. But yeah, there's so many in boxes. It breaks my heart. I'd like to get the World Cup ones out and on display. Really, yeah.
Did you get the special box of them, or have you bought them all individually?
Oh, what the World Cup ones? No, no, no. I've got the originals. So some of them were stupid expensive to get hold of. Some of them are very hard to get hold of. And I've only gone back to 1990. I mean, I wasn't even going to
Oh
go
yeah.
back that far because of the expense. But
Yeah.
that's kind of the first tournament that I really remember. You know, I mean, obviously remember snippets of 82. I would have been 4. So, you know, not surprised I don't really remember much of that. But I do remember 86. I remember watching that and my dad being really pissed off about some cheating going on, which I didn't really understand at the time. Yeah, and then obviously discussing it with all my friends at school and everything else. The old hand of God, inevitably, which unfortunately overshadowed such a brilliant goal he scored against us as well. Because
Yeah.
I
Yeah. That
remembered for years.
the other goal was unbelievable. Absolutely
Oh, wouldn't it
unbelievable.
just?
But
Yeah, when you watch
yeah.
that back, you're like, you know, what can you do? What can you do? You
I'm
almost got
go-
to stand and clap it as much as it hurts. You know, you almost got
yeah.
to stand back and go, well, football genius at work there. What can you do?
Hey, can I dive in straight away with a question of what do you
Yeah.
think is the rarest football in your collection?
Oh, good one. Yep.
Oh, do you know what? There's 2 or 3, and they're up here because they're in my Prem collection. That's my pride and joy. That's my main collection. You know, it's where I started. What got me back into it? So it's Prem and World Cup, really. I think the Champions League ones. Do you know what? I'd probably happily sell my Champions League ones tomorrow if I could get back the money I paid for them. I would actually sell them and just keep the World
I'm
Cup
gonna have
ones.
a guess of one of
Get
your
them on
rare
display.
ones.
Hmm.
Given the fact
But
that you
yeah,
said them, I
so the
reckon
rare
one of
ones up
your.
there will probably be the Mitre Ultimax Fluo
Okay,
Flare. See, it's only up there. I'll
go
grab
on,
it.
go on. I was going to
Ultimax.
say it's probably one of those Nike red
Yeah.
ones.
So the
Oh yeah.
yellow
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
snow version of the Ultimax. You do not see many of these around, especially in this kind of condition. It is still in really lovely conditions, hardly touched. So, yeah, a lot of these you see ragged, don't hold air. This one does still actually hold air as well. So, yeah, that's probably one of the rarest. I've got a yellow Nike Merlin as well from 2000, 2002. Balls like that weren't released. They were only given to clubs in case it snowed. So to get one of those in any condition, the one I've got up there is a bit used. But yeah, and then the red arrow with the Premier League logo on it
Oh,
was
can we
only
see that
used.
one?
Yes, let me grab it. It's just up here.
Oh yeah, red football.
It's the one they used it for like one weekend. Yeah.
Oh, that one.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
but
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
the
yeah.
red version. So what happened is there was a tournament. Let me try and see if I can spin that round. Yeah, so that that is the all important thing on this ball, right? That little Premier League logo, the lion there, because that is only on this and probably maybe 20 other balls like this that were made. It was for a tournament, and I've got the program for it actually in one of them behind me. It was a tournament in Cardiff, at the Millennium Stadium, and Barcelona played there against. There was three other teams in it, and they had two games on that day, I think. Um, but yeah, Barcelona were one of the teams. And I can't remember who else. So I've got the program there. But that ball was used only for that set of matches. And then
Oh,
the Premier
wow.
League went with the light blue, the baby blue ball for that season. I don't know, obviously, why, but my only guess would be that that was the colour of the standard aero that was released. So, that was just your match ball that was released in every country. And I think the Premier League said, no, we want an exclusive colour. We don't want a generic colour
Yeah, yeah.
used in our league. So they went and changed it to the blue one. So that ball to have the Premier League logo on it and the Barclays
Oh,
Barclays
wow.
logo, very, very rare. Yeah, and that
That's cool.
cost me a small fortune. That one, not as much as
I bet it
not as
did.
much as that Ultimax did, but yeah,
Never
expensive
thought
and
about
rare.
that.
That, so yeah, that one,
But
the yellow Nike Merlin, and that Ultimax, the yellow Ultimax. I'd say they're the rarest of my Prem balls.
Go on then.
nice.
What is a high price for a football?
That particular one, I don't like to talk about it too much. As I say, you got to promise my wife isn't watching, otherwise, I will be. Yeah, I'll be on the divorce show next week. Otherwise, but
Are
yeah,
we talking
seven
500?
fifty. That
Oh,
red one,
okay.
750,
Wow.
and the Ultimax was more than that one. It wasn't over a
Mm.
thousand. I've not paid over 1,000 for a ball yet. And to be honest with you, that's not happening. Do you know what I mean? The price of a small car
Yeah.
for a football, I already need my head red paying this much money on footballs. So yeah, you got to draw the line somewhere. Yeah, and £1,000 is my line. Yeah, no way.
And
But
how
yeah, the
much?
Etrusco wasn't far off that. The 1990 World Cup ball, that was
I
Okay.
bet.
800 quid. That was so. Yeah, that's the sort of high end for footballs.
Wow.
Um,
How much is a
yeah, and then
modern
you start
match
getting into
ball
a whole
now?
nother world once they're match used and stuff like that. Like I know a few collectors that are into that game, and yeah, they start at £1,000. So yeah, that game's not for me.
Yeah, I
Just
suppose
too
especially
pricey.
now. Was it in Italian? I think we even spoke about it a couple of months ago, Jake. When now in Italy, a ball goes in the net, the ball goes to a little man who tags it, bags it, and then sells it.
Yep. They do the same in Spain, I believe. I've seen them. There's something they're called in Spain when that happens. It's like goal ball or something like that.
Yeah,
And literally, they take that ball that they say hit the back of the net, sticker it, tag it, and then put it up for auction. Yeah, or sometimes give them away. But yeah, I've heard of it in Spain. I hadn't heard of it in Italy. But yeah, they're
I
starting to
quite, I
become a
quite,
thing.
I quite like that.
Yeah,
yeah. I
because
I
you
quite
know
mean,
then
like
it's
that.
authentic. There's no
Yeah.
because I've got like match used ball. I mean, like another example here, it's the nice one, like limited edition. This England USA friendly ball from a while ago. It's like 4 of 20.
Oh, bloody hell.
So that was a game ball that would have been used in that game. But do you know, was it kicked? Was it, did the referee just put it in his bag at the start? 'Cause it's awfully clean and shiny. But with that system, like you say, then that's the ball that went in the goal. That's bagged and tagged. So, you know what I mean? If Messi had hit that goal or something, he was the last person to touch that ball. It'd be worth a fortune. So
Yeah.
it's a good idea, that, especially for marketing, earning a bit of money. Don't let Adidas know. Goodness me.
You have a slight fascination with on your Instagram page. You have a slight fascination with completely clean balls as well, like all white balls, don't you? And you've got a few
Yeah.
kind
Anything.
of
Well,
like
some balls that are only
white,
club
all
issue. You know
white
what I mean?
balls.
They might be scuffed. They
Yeah, no,
are in that
like
respect,
you've
or
got like an
the
Adidas
colour.
ball that was the World Cup ball, but it's all white and just has like the 3 Adidas stripes on it. And
Oh yes, I have had a few of those.
are they kind
Yeah,
of like
yeah, they're
samples, testers almost?
yeah, they are. They are. It's a bit of a taboo subject, mate, amongst some collectors,
Oh,
and
aesthetically, watching a game of football, slow motion replay, you see a ball go in the net. I mean, I'm thinking that red one you just showed us,
yeah,
that kind of era of Premier League when Thierry Henry used to curl that ball in and it used to just
yeah,
see
and you see that
aesthetically
spin,
one of the
that
best.
rotation. Yeah.
Other than that one, for you, what is the most aesthetically pleasing football that you've seen that you
Um,
have in your collection?
do you know what? It is probably the Teamgeist. Probably bring in the classic
Ooh,
World Cup 2006
yep.
Teamgeist. It's such a, and to feel this, I wish you could, like smell a vision. Wish you'd have a touch of vision and just feel this ball, because there's nothing like it. This and the Aero, um, just the smoothness of this ball. It's just so different to anything else in hand. That's what kind of sets these apart, I think. You can almost give it a sniff as well. It's got such a distinctive kind of, yeah,
That's
getting
what.
a bit weird. Getting a bit weird now, but yeah.
No, do you remember David James? He used to have a big, massive sniff of a football in the
Yes,
tunnel before going
yes.
out. Yeah,
There you
massive.
go, mate. So it's not just me then. It's not just me. JMO the same. But yeah, and these arrows, honestly, when you feel them, you can. Don't know if you can. You probably can't hear that, but if you run your fingernail on it, it's almost like a silky kind of texture, and you get that like a
It looks silky,
when
like a
you
satin
run your finger
finish.
on it. I say again, it's sounding a bit weird, but like, yeah, those two balls are just the look and the feel of them in hand, just so different from any other balls. I mean, people call them iconic because of the time and the design, but not only that, it's the feel of them, the smell of them, the look of them when they're in your hand. You know what I mean? It's, yeah, those particular two balls, the Aero and the Teamgeist, and they would have both been around 2006 as well. To be fair, that
So
Aero would have come
2006,
out
good
2004,
year for
5,
footballs.
and then 5, 6 season, and obviously the Teamgeist was 2006. So yeah, halcyon time for football manufacturing.
Well, let's skip forward to a few months ago, and Mitre bought back or kind of re-released they'd called it the 95, is that right? And
Yes, the
you
Ultimax
and
95 it
you
was. Yes.
you were the man.
Ah, this little bad boy for me, is it? Look at that. That's not a bad remake, is it?
You were the guy.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
were in the
yeah.
Mitre
It
advert.
was quite a surprise, to be fair. They contacted me, and I was like, "You sure?" I said, "I do know a few other people that have probably got bigger and better collections of miters," and they were like, "No. We've spoken to you, we've contacted you. We have contacted another couple of people, but you've got back to us. We kind of like your attitude and the way you speak. We'd like to use you for the interview if we can." So I was like, "Yeah, more than happy, more than happy." Yeah, anything for a free football. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. And what
But
do you
yeah, it
think
took
of
a
the
lot
that football?
longer than I expected. I must say, we were, I
Oh
think,
yeah.
6 hours in total, the whole shoot. And you got like, I don't know, what was it, 40 seconds worth of footage? But yeah, they actually made me
Wow.
look quite good, made me look like I knew what I was talking about and everything. So yeah, it was worth it. That 6 hours of hard graft. But no, a couple of really nice fellas as well that come down and did the shoot. Like, we went for a curry afterwards, had a couple of
Oh
beers, and
wow.
yeah, just really good guys, because they had a long way to go back, and obviously been doing it for 6 hours. Started at lunchtime. None of us had any dinner. It's about
Yeah.
10 o'clock. So I was like, "Do you guys want to go for a curry in town?" And yeah, It's really, really nice guys. So
Were they
Yeah.
just like the creative people behind the advert? They weren't anything to do with design.
yeah. No, I
or
think
anything like that?
might hire a company that does these sort of things and
Yeah.
puts it together for them. So yeah, there's a
Oh,
group called All of
cool.
Our Friends. Yeah, lovely fella called Steve from up in Liverpool. He was. But yeah, so a really bunch of good guys they were. It was good fun. Yeah, I'm pleased with how it turned out as well. And like I say, it got a nice free football and a few followers off the back of it. So yeah, can't complain. Can't complain.
And what do you think of the football yourself? What do you think of it?
Yeah, it was a good remake. It was a good remake. I probably preferred the 25 remake because that was a straight up remake, whereas this
Yeah.
new one was like old design on new tech.
New panels,
Whereas
yeah.
I'm a bit of a, we do a remake. Let's make it like the old one. Let's have it stitched. Let's have it with the old panels. But yeah, for a new ball, and it was literally their new design. I call it their pasta design because the shape of it's got like 6 points, 3 on top, 3 on the bottom. I think it looks like a bit of pasta. Oh, that's the Ultimate Match I think you've got there.
Yeah,
I
yeah. I'm looking at my
don't think I've
Ultimate,
got an
just seeing
Ultimate
if
Max
it's
to
seeing
hand,
if it looks a bit like it.
but it's slightly different that the shape of the panels on it. But yeah, it looks like a piece of bow tie pasta if you ask me. But no, I thought it was really good. The design, the homage, and the little arrows they put inside the design on the ball. You can only really see it in the right light when you move it about. So yeah, I thought it was a good effort. But yeah, they did one for the 25th anniversary, and they kind of got it a bit wrong because they made it with the big arrows on it, and the big arrow mitre is actually 98 to 2000, and the one they're remaking is the 1995 ball. So
Yeah.
yeah, but they got it right this time. They got the design right. The small arrows that point inwards.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed. Like it's the way the arrows are pointing. I can see behind you as well. You've got the Nike version as well because Nike celebrated the Premier League
Yes.
anniversary and had the kind of arrows on their ball. It was
Yes.
everything that looked like a mitre ball, only it was a Nike ball, wasn't it?
Yep. It was. I've got the original 92, 93 Prem. Sorry, 93, 94 Premier League one up there, and yeah, the colours are almost identical. So yeah, I believe that the designer that um, done it for Nike, he I used to speak to another collector at the time. Unfortunately, don't anymore. But the guy from Nike actually contacted him and said, "Oh, can I have a few pictures of your original mitre ball because I want to put the colours into it." So
Okay.
it's not just by luck that it was purely by design. But yeah, I've got the size 5 is up here. So yeah, there she is. So yeah, when I first saw it, I was a bit like, oh, that's not, that's a bit lackluster. But when you actually look at it, the homage with the arrows, the same color arrows, and it was 30 years, and it's 3 X's, which is 30. So yeah, there was kind of
That.
more to it than you first thought. Once you looked at it and thought, oh, that's not very inspiring. Once you actually looked at the story behind it, you was like, yes, there's a nod with the arrows, there's a nod with the colours. Yeah, and they even brought back in the skin, I don't know if you can see it, the little crown, but that
Yes,
Right.
was, you
you
probably
can see
can't
it
quite
it's
see
just
the
about. I've played one of
crown.
those, so I know it's there.
Yeah, so that crown is in the skin of the very first Nike Prem ball, the Merlin from
Oh wow.
2001. So there's also little bits like that. So once you actually kind of get into it and look at it, yeah, there were several little subtle bits that were taken from other bits of Premier League ball history. So yeah, it was
Love that.
all together.
Very
Once you
cool.
actually digested it, very well put together design that.
Can I ask you a quick question about? And I will use the Nike Premier League balls that you've got there. Um, do you, as a ball collector, have a term? Because, like, say in football shirts, we call it a template, right? So everyone will wear a similar template football shirt, but they'll be in different colours.
Yeah.
With the Nike ones, are they more recent balls? Are they all the same ball, but
Yep.
then with different patterns on.
Yep, they are. They are.
Okay.
And I call it a body. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, the
I'm
body,
going to call it a skin. Do you know what I mean? You know when you refer to them white balls? I mean, like it's a naked ball. So
Yeah.
if you put the Merlin, the Aero 2, yeah, so those balls, but they ran 2 years apiece. So you got 6 years there. So, so if you wipe the design off of all of those balls, it will be the same ball underneath. Yeah, the same panel pattern, which is a double. So you see like the two stitched together. Yes, you get the double and then the single. So that's how
Ah.
them arrows and the Merlins are all formed. And then you had the Omni, the Ascenti, the Tracer, the Cetero, and even the Maxim. All of those, again, if you wiped off the design, same ball underneath. But yeah, it's very clever because what they did with those balls, they would turn it. They would like use the
How many years did they span, Ian? Those
uh,
balls that you've just mentioned then, for them to
about
keep the same
6.
tech, to keep the same panel in the
Yes,
same
basically
tech
they
and
kept the
stuff.
same tech. Yep, the same ball, same tech, same ball. So
For about
that
six
lasted.
seasons would that be, or
Yeah,
six
so
or
that would have been
wow,
'09, the Omni, '09, right the way to. In fact, the Insight was the same before they started the heat seal balls. They started them in 2013-14 season, the heat seal balls,
oh
or was it
wow.
14-15? One of the two. 2014, basically. So 5 years that ball ran for. The
You
one
know
before
what?
that ran for 6 years, and
It
the
kind of
last
makes
ball.
sense, doesn't it? That because like when
Yeah.
they talk about the World Cup balls and the new technology,
Yes.
oh, these ones move more, but that's every four
Yep.
years, isn't it? So I suppose, like in a
Yes. Yeah.
cycle, it could be
So
similar to
that's
like
what
prem
Adidas do. So
balls.
Adidas are a little bit less lazy than Nike, if you like, and Adidas will do a
Mm,
new design every 4 years, and then they'll
mm.
possibly tweak that design. You know, like I said to you, like the Speed, Speed Shell was the original, and that turned into oh, I can't remember. It was Speed something else after it.
Mm.
The Speed Shell, and then a Precision Shell. That's it. That's what they changed. Yeah, it was a Speed Shell for the World Cup. Then they
Yeah.
changed it to a Precision Shell when they done the Oceans Balls for the Women's World Cup in 2023. So
Oh,
slightly
okay.
different indents on the ball, slightly different aerodynamics.
Yeah,
So yeah, really
that's
getting into the
interesting.
nerdy nuts and bolts of footballs here.
We love the nerdy nuts and
But
bolts of
yeah,
football.
so 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 yeah, that's what they would do. Yeah, just tweak it up slightly. I mean, that last ball though, I think they were getting a bit lazy with that, but maybe they delayed it because there's now a Nike Control. That's their new ball. Maybe they were going to bring the Control out, and when they lost
Mm.
the Prem contract, they thought, well, sod
Ah,
that. We
yeah.
won't use our brand new ball in this last season. We'll roll out the Flight one more time because that Flight was 2019. That Flight ball come in. So that's the
Oh,
one with
wow.
the grooves on it that you can see behind me. So that's a Flight ball. So it's
Mm.
Yeah,
the same arrowed grooves, and they are on that ball, even the Marvel ball, one up there in the right in
Yeah.
the corner.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that was on all of them balls right back to 2019. So
Oh,
yeah, they
wow.
look slightly
Yeah, it's a long
different, but they're the
span.
same ball underneath.
Yeah,
Yeah,
long span that.
in a funny way, the ending of the Nike era Premier League ball kind of it coincided with the Premier League anniversary, so they released that kind of
yeah.
Merlin-esque ball. But then also they had the ability to re-release the the ball that is over your left shoulder,
That
right?
the arrow.
That one,
Yes,
the
yes.
arrow.
I was kind of
So
thinking, what are they going to do? You know, it's got to be something special. It's got to be something big. But then when you're outgoing and you're thinking, well, why am I going to spend all this money designing a ball for one season? You got to take that Nike mentality. They're about the money, not necessarily the grandeur of it all. But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think they did get a touch lazy with that. But what have they looked at? They've like, right, let's look back over our catalogue. What's the most iconic and possibly saleable? I don't know, being a bit
Yeah.
cynical there, but what's our most iconic ball? What's saleable? What can we
yeah,
get out there that everyone's going to love? That that's the yellow colorway of that is probably the most iconic Premier ball ever. So yeah, I kind of get it. They did alter the design slightly. They did tweak it. It was a winner. So Yeah. I mean, me personally, was kind of hoping for elements of other balls as well. Do you know what I mean? Let's take a little bit of the Merlin. Let's take a little bit of the Aero, a little bit of the Tracer. But then would it have got too busy? A bit too messy. So yeah, just to sort of turn something like that out was, what I say, it was a winner. So fair play to Nike, really. Everyone went mad for it. I think the only thing they messed up was they sold out really quickly. And then when they finally got another load in, it was after the season. And now you can get them for half price on Nike. Whereas, few months into the season, they were going for like 250 quid on eBay.
Wow.
Craziness. Yeah, now they're half price. So yeah, I think they missed the trick of being able to manufacture enough to get them out there and sell them when they were needed, when they were wanted. So yeah.
You've said that obviously we kind of coaxed out of you the most you've paid for a football, and what it was. But I guess we sometimes like to flip the script as well and ask, what's a ball that you maybe really kind of like got for an incredible bargain, which has turned out to be an absolute gem, diamond in the rough.
You do get the odd gem on eBay or wherever, sometimes, but quite rare to be fair. So yeah, in fact, actually, I picked up the giant Nike Merlin, really big one. I don't know if you went back, you probably saw that on my page somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I think I managed to pick that up for about 80, 90 quid. And I've had people offering me 500 quid just off the back, and I'll give you 500 quid for that. I'm like, no, I need to get it repaired, need to get it fixed up so it's looking good.
Wow.
Just a really quick one, because my shop that my brother works at, Helen, you damn got to keep this in at all. The shop my brother works at, he has got one of those absolutely massive. Is it the Al Hilal ball or whatever? Like the
Al
World
Rila,
Cup. Yeah, the
the
Al
last
Rila ball
World Cup,
for
the last
the
World
last
Cup.
World Cup.
Yeah,
It's about this big.
yeah.
If you want one, I can get one for 50 quid.
Yeah. Count me in, mate. Count me in. I've just purchased this year, much to my wife's annoyance. I couldn't hide this one when it turned up because it was in a box the size of a bloody washing machine. And I'm not
Well, they're
joking.
big balls.
It's got to be the biggest football I've ever seen. I've got some big Nike balls, but this was ridiculous. It's this coming World Cup, the Trionda for the coming World Cup.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they say it arrived, and a box as big as a washing machine. I opened it up thinking, that's going to be inflated in there. It wasn't even inflated. It's just, it's got air in it, and it's round, but it still needs pumping up more. Incredible. The size of that thing is just unbelievable. But yeah, storing them is a problem. But yeah, they're kind of nice gimmicky balls to have.
Well, that's an interesting one, that is, because I was going to ask about like gimmicky footballs. Like, are they important to you as a collector? Because obviously they're not footballs.
Me personally, no. Again, it's another route I've kind of gone down, just because when you get sick of paying 200, 300 quid for a football, you see these for 20, 30 quid, and it's like, oh, that's nice and cheap.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It sounds crazy because you get used to paying crazy collector prices, and 30 quid, 70 quid becomes cheap for a football, which is a bad place to be in, really. But yeah, some of them, it's just more, I like the look of them. I like the miters. I mean, there's a lot of old miters. Like I got a Harrods miters and, ITV football miters,
Oh, yeah,
stuff
that
like that.
Harrods
It
Mighty
just,
you've got is
you
mad.
know, if there was a fire, I wouldn't be running back in to get them. Do you know what I mean? Put it that way. You know what I mean? But I would be running in to get that Aero and the cat, of course.
I'm kind of hogging the mic here, and Jake, I want to let you ask a question if you've got one in a minute. But on the theme of gimmick balls, John Paul's balls.
Ah, yes.
What a guy!
He's a creator, mate.
Yeah.
That guy, I tell you.
Incredible.
I'd like it if he lived in the UK. I would probably ask him for a commission or something. But yeah, he makes some really special bespoke stuff. Some really cool
And
looking stuff.
you picked up one of his bits, didn't you? His pieces.
Yes, the badly drawn ball. Yeah, I've also got his 32-bit mesh. Man, that's a beast of a ball. That is heavy. Very expensive that was. I think it was 250 quid, mate. Not cheap. Don't know if you've seen it. It was on the FIFA game last year. It's just like full of little triangles. There's like, I don't know, is it 180 little triangles that form this ball? I don't know. It does say, but yeah, it's very impressive. It's all leather, proper leather. You open that up and breathe that in. It's something else. It even comes with like a cream to cream the ball and to
Oh wow!
keep the leather nice and soft.
Give it
It
a good
reminds me,
sniff.
I must cream my ball.
God.
God,
Um,
full of them today.
what I mean for those that aren't really too sure and don't follow John Paul's balls, the badly drawn ball. What was the concept behind that?
Yeah, that's quite clever. He kind of got, and you get a free tea towel with it because I was one of the first orders. The first 200 orders got free tea towel or whatever. But he got a bunch of people. It looks like kids. Some of them might be adults. Don't want to do them a disservice too badly. But he said, "Oh, draw a football." I mean, so when you draw a football, obviously, you know, what I mean, it's probably not quite round, and the hexagons you put on it sometimes aren't quite hexagonal. Yeah, and so he made a ball based on people's drawings. And honestly, you've seen the photos of it on my page. It looks like it's been drawn. It genuinely does. So you look at this football from whichever way you turn it round, it looks like it's a 2D drawing. It really does. It's quite something to behold. So he pulled that off very well. He set out to do what he achieved because yeah, so it's a perfectly round size 5 football, and you look at it and it looks like a flat 2D drawing. So yeah, it's a really clever piece. That clever piece, and a lot more reasonably priced as well. I think it was 90 quid including the shipping, something like that. It might have even been dollars. But yeah, and I had to get a black and white one. He did them in 3 colours. Did red and blue as well, but nearly got the whole set. But yeah, managed to temper myself just to get one.
Jake, have you got a question to ask?
Um, yeah, I've got loads.
Go on then.
I've got loads. I love how footballs are starting to become really important. And like you say, with John Paul's balls in the creative space again, and there's so many really cool artists
Yeah.
that are creating football related
Mm-hmm.
pieces now. I mean, I loved, for example, Emily Morocco's painting of the Nike Scorpion on a beautiful circle canvas with the silver Scorpion Nike ball from the
Yes, I was going to say
advert.
the silver one from the cage
Oh,
tournament,
unreal!
2001, 2002. Yeah.
Best
Yeah,
advert ever.
yeah, exactly. And I love how people are taking inspiration from those footballs and creating
Yeah.
art pieces
Yeah.
for them. So if you haven't checked that out yet, get on Emily Morocco's Insta. It's amazing. Also, I know you may have shared a piece for Simon Booth as well, who
That's
did a
correct.
bit with the
Yes, I was going to
mosaic
say
stuff with the Nike. It's another
yes.
Nike football.
Yep.
That's incredible as well. I just love
It's
how
actually,
people are
funnily
seeing the
enough,
beauty.
you know that red arrow I just showed you, the really rare one with the Prem
Yeah,
logo?
yeah, yeah,
That's what it is. It's based on
yeah.
that ball. So I think he might have took some inspiration from some of my old photos, but really lovely fella. He actually contacted me about it and said, "Hey, look, I'm doing this, I'm doing that," and I was like, "Yeah, do you know what? I'll probably be interested in some. That looks really cool." And that actually sits indoors. It's the only ball that has been allowed in the house on display by my wife. Was that?
And
Because it's
it just
actually a
goes to
piece of
show
art.
how it is. That's exactly that. How aesthetically pleasing these footballs are with the colours, the shapes, the patterns that they're using. That artists are actually taking inspiration from them and creating
Yeah.
artwork related to them. My personal favorite is we've spoke about it quite a few times. Like the Ultimax balls, the ones with say like the Premier League icon in those big arrows.
Yes.
When England used them, they had the St George's Cross in the middle of them,
Yes,
or maybe even a
I have
lion
that
as well.
one of those. I have one of those. Yeah,
They're so cool. But
yeah,
Italian clubs like City A, like Fiorentina, Sampdoria, they even adapted those. Like you were saying, Rich, about the
yeah,
templates and the bodies. They
yeah.
used the same templates but
Well,
changed the different
what
colours
it
to
was
them
is
and
if you
stuff.
had your kits made by Mitre, they would
Hmm.
make you match balls for your games, and they would sell the replica balls in the club shops. So
Yeah,
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah,
Um,
they are the. So Sampdoria and Fiorentina, I think, are the only two Italian clubs I think I've seen. I don't think
Only
I've seen
ones that stick out
others.
into my head. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen any
So,
others.
like, do you feel like? I mean, obviously, the ones that I've mentioned there are the Nike ones, the ones that were Premier League issued footballs. But obviously, 97, 98, a lot of clubs used their own brands. Like you say,
Yeah.
say if
Um,
Liverpool wore Adidas, they played with Equestra or something
yeah,
like that. Do you feel
yeah.
like maybe the games lost something with that
Um,
freedom?
yes and no. It was nice to sort of almost go ball spotting. Oh, what ball are
Yeah.
they using this week? What have they got there? You know, and you look at it and you try and research it and think, oh, what's that? Where can I find that? I mean, that even happened very recently, actually. The Ireland Portugal game, because I get a lot of people message me randomly asking for help or advice and stuff. And this guy contacted me and he was like, do you know what ball they used in the Portugal Ireland game? And I was like, oh, I don't know, mate. Let me have a look. I said, I did see the game, but I didn't really see the ball. Well, specifically, I saw Ronaldo's red card about 1,000,000 times. But yeah, so anyway, so he sent me a picture of the ball and I was like, oh, wow. No, I don't know. I've never seen that ball before, ever. But I said, like, check out. I said, it was played in Ireland. So I said, check out Ireland's kit manufacturer and their recent footballs. And it turned
Castor,
out,
is
as I
it? Is
said,
it Castor?
no, it turned out to be Umbro. Turned out to be an
Oh, okay.
Umbro ball. So I'm assuming their kit must be Umbro. I don't know for sure.
Great football, man.
But anyway, I said to him, oh, I'm really sorry, I don't know. But check out the kit manufacturer and Ireland. And they're the kit manufacturer's balls, what selection of balls they got. And he actually messaged me back a couple of weeks later and he goes, mate, you were dead right. It's an Umbro ball and it's only been released. Like, and he sent me the link for it. It was an Umbro football exclusive to the Irish FA. So
Oh,
yeah, and
wow.
it's just got like a couple of green dots on it in gold circles. But yeah, it looks a really nice ball. But yeah, so you do lose that, you know. But it is nice to have that regimented ball. You always know what you're playing with. But yeah, it does get a bit boring. Like you say, you know, like Chelsea would have the Umbro ball, the Umbro
Yeah.
Supreme Ceramica. Man United would have that ball because their kits were made by Umbro. So were Nottingham Forest. And so Nottingham Forest, Chelsea, Man United, and there was one other that had an Umbro kit when they were using the Supreme Ceramica. 95 is when Mitre had their exclusivity.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So before that, like you say, I've seen Premier League games with Arsenal and Liverpool because they had Adidas kits and they would use the Equestra, the
Yeah.
one from the 92 Euros. It was the one from the 90 World Cup, same design, but it just had 92 Euros as well on it. So yeah, I remember clear images of seeing Ian Wright going in on. I don't think it was the infamous one where he goes in on Schmeichel. I think that was a Mitre. But yeah, like I've seen,
Yeah.
Schmeichel holding that Etrusco in a Premier League game, thinking, bloody
Yeah,
hell.
I've seen him. It sticks in my head seeing Schmeichel holding up like that Adidas football
Yeah,
from
exactly, and that was
somewhere.
a Premier League game. Like I say, and I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? Yeah, and I get people sending me pictures as well of like because Adidas have had exclusivity in the Champions League since 2001. I've had people send me pictures of like Ronaldinho Champions League badges, obviously in a Champions League game, holding or dribbling with a Nike Aero.
Yeah.
So, so it still did happen after exclusivity, but I expect people probably got told off for that kind of stuff. And you
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
really see it happening much nowadays. So, yeah.
They
Can
probably
imagine
get
the
paid a hell
fun.
of a lot more, that's why.
That's what I mean. Yeah. So, yeah, that exclusivity thing is kicked in a lot more these days, I think. Yeah, like you say, money and people getting told off and maybe having to pay fines if they don't use the correct ball that they're paid to use. So, yeah, it has lost something, I guess, in that respect of ball spotting. But
Yeah.
yeah, the uniformness is still all right. At least I only have to buy one ball. Well, 4 balls per season.
Well, there's a question I have for you. Much like us as shirt collectors, not us necessarily, but when your team release a new kit, a lot of people are first in line to buy the home kit. what about you? With a release of a ball, are you there? You know, are you queuing up the night before
It
outside
it
Sports Direct or
depends.
whatever?
Yeah,
Or
it depends. I used to, but you kind of get fed up of just being there, paying top dollar, full price. You know what I mean? And then you'd see them halfway through the season. You know, some people sticking them on eBay, 100 quid, 90 quid, 80 quid. You think, could I not have waited, save myself 50 quid?
yeah,
So it depends what ball it is. So they're like, you know, I am kind of now Premier League. Do you know what I mean? So Puma, drop a new ball. I'm pretty much on it. Do you know what I mean? I will shop around to find out the cheapest place to buy it. You know, maybe save a discount code. Um, but yeah, I try not to pay full price now. Like the Club World Cup balls. Do you know what I mean? I didn't have a lot of interest in that. It was a pretty
yeah,
gaudy football, which sorted, which went well with the host nation. No offense to any Americans listening. Um, but yeah, it was all stars and stripes and a bit brash, bit at you. So I thought, you know, that's the ball I don't necessarily need. Spurs aren't in the Club World Cup, and I mean, really, the lineup for the Club World Cup was a bit of a joke, really. You know, no Liverpool, City were in it, they weren't there, I think. But yeah, how can you not have the
Not for
Premier League?
very long.
You know, yeah, very true, true. But yeah, I just thought it was a bit weird. So anyway, I didn't buy that ball, but then now, obviously, we're nearly a year after. I'm seeing that ball for like 60 quid. So I was like, sod it, I'll get one now. So yeah, it depends what the ball is. Same with the World Cup ball. Do you know what I mean? I've got that, but only because I got it off of a guy who was selling them a damn sight cheaper than retail. You know, so it depends what it is. You know, if it's UEFA Cup ball, I can live without it. Yeah, if it's a Tottenham Cup final ball, yeah, I'll be all over it. Probably pay twice as much as I should. So yeah, it depends what it is. You know.
no, fair enough. Speaking of that, the new World Cup ball, I want to say it's the Trionda.
That's
That
right.
right?
Yep. Yep.
Oh,
Or try on the
what a
Trionda. Yep.
release! What a way to release that football by having that massive globe in Las Vegas. Now, that's got to be the biggest football you've ever seen.
Indeed, actually, yeah. It makes my washing machine size one look like a miniature. That, yeah.
And it was a wonderful. I personally thought it was a wonderful way to explain the patterns behind it by showing the Mexican part, the Canadian part, the American part. I thought it was really
Yes,
cleverly done by Adidas.
yes, because that's a lot of people don't necessarily look into the detail of it, or maybe understand why it's those colours and then particular patterns and that design. So yeah, it's good to give people that understanding. It shows you that it's not just a knocked up design with a few colours on it, that someone has thought about it, you know, and
Yeah,
that's why the little emblems inside it as well. You've got the maple leaf, the star, and it's the eagle, isn't it? Yeah, maple leaf star and an eagle. So yeah, it's actually quite clever. That what goes into the design, and Adidas are good like that for little details. You know, it's as much as I knock Adidas for being greedy and just marketing the hell out of everything, their quality and attention to detail at times is exceptional. Yeah, it's quality. It's quality work from
of
Adidas.
course,
Really
because
is.
they're gonna probably have a knockout stage ball, won't they? And then a semi-final ball and a final ball, which will
I
probably
don't
be
think they're going to take it
gold.
that far yet.
No?
I mean, I've been bleating on it. It won't be long before there's 38 match balls for the Champions League. Every game day, I'll have a bloody match ball before long. It's just purely for the money.
Yeah,
It really is. No other reason. No other good reason behind it. But at the moment, World Cups are usually just the two. So it'll be the one for the knockout phases, and then they bring it in usually for the semis and the final. It started in just the final for 2006 was the first time, I think. Then 2010 had a final ball with the Joe Bilani. Yeah, and then it's followed on from there. But recently in the Euros and that, they've started bringing them out in the semis.
yeah. Because I remember England
So
played
you'll
it
get
with the
that
silver
golden ball,
one.
silver ball in the semis and then the final.
Yeah. Right. It is nearly time to wrap up. We have been going for an hour, and I'm bloody loving it. Time flies when you're having fun. But one of the main things, one of the only real questions we ask when a guest comes on is if you're new to the podcast, when we have a guest on, we like to have a segment called Football Shirt Room 101. Now, for those again that may remember or don't know, there used to be a TV show called Room 101
Yep.
in which celebrities would come on and would kind of have an item that they want to enter into Room 101 that you would never see again. So we adapted that for football shirts. And when guests come on, we say, what part of a football shirt, what element of football shirts would you never want to see again? Now, people have said V-neck collars. Personally, and I know I get a lot of hate for it, but the lace-up collar, because, some people, there were in '92, there were little buttons on Umbro shirts that were just pointless. Betting sponsors, sleeve sponsors, fluo shirts. I love the fact you're buttoning your shirt up.
Yeah. I was going to say, to be fair, this is the Juventus 23-24, the really clean, just the old trefoil and that's all it's pretty much got on it. Love this, but that's got a very similar. When you said that, it reminded me of that little button on there just to undo that little bit from the '90s. Yeah.
But we adapt it for people coming on, so we changed it for Cameron to be in boots, and I'm going to do the same. So, Ian, welcome to Football Room 101.
Yeah. We
Is
had a
there?
brief chat about this before we
did have a brief
started,
chat
and I was
about
like,
it.
"How much room have you got in there?" Because if we're
Well,
talking broad football terms,
this is
there's
the
a
point
lot.
about
I'd
Room
firstly
101 is
fill
it's
it full of
endless.
Arsenal fans that have already won the title in November. I'd fill it full of them, but at the risk of not showing my Tottenham bias anymore, I'd put in football shirts that don't have collars. I'm sorry, I've got to have a collar on my football shirt. That's the football shirt one. Boots, I would put in the £250 price tag on Preds. There's no need. There really isn't. I'm damn sure that Adidas could make a little less profit on that price tag, and still everyone would be happy. But the football one.
Yeah, this
for
is
me.
This is your remit now. Football. Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, the football, it would have to be the Pakistan fakes. It really would. eBay is just flooded with a million miters for 30 quid, 40 quid. And it just, to the layman, the normal person who's not as deep involved in the collection, some of them fakes do look like genuine miters. And so, you got a ball up on eBay for 300 quid, 400 quid or whatever. And you got people looking at it thinking, is this guy crazy? I can get one for 40 quid. It's not an original 90s ball. Do you know what I mean? It's some, it might serve a purpose. Do you know what I mean? If you just want it to look good and it still plays with, because you're not going to buy a £400 football to go and play with, unless you're even madder than I am. But just the 40 quid fakes, mate. And any fake footballs, it just abhorrent. It devalues collections. It fools, people that are trying to dabble in the game and think, oh, I've got a bargain here. Even when I first started, I was caught out with a couple. It's once you start getting going and have them in your hand and you know what to look for, it's very niche, not necessarily from a few pictures. It's hard to tell. But the price is usually a giveaway. Do you know what I mean? If it's 40 quid,
so.
it ain't going to be from the 90s.
I think, Jake, you and I, kind of like even spreading that as far as football shirts, we have made it clear on the pod that we are not against them. Like yourself, like we're not against the idea of them. People can't afford to buy the real thing a lot of time, and we understand that. It's only when people are trying to then sell them on that's when there's an issue.
Yep. It's when people are passing them off, and they call them. There's this thing people started calling it modern remake. That gets my goat as well. No, it's a fake. No, just sell it as a fake. It's not a modern remake because it's not licensed by Adidas or Nike. So therefore, it's not a modern remake, because modern remake would be licensed. It would have the proper tags in it, the proper materials.
A modern remake is the one that you bought. That is the almost one for one of the Mitre.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's a remake. That's a modern remake. Or the Predators that they re-released. That's a remake. It's a modern. It's a 2024 version of a 1994 boot. That's a remake. Not I've knocked this up from materials I found in the warehouse, and I'm now trying to pass it off as original. Yeah. So it's fakes, or more specifically, trying to pass fakes off as originals. Yeah, tricking
Yeah.
people. Yeah, that
But
for me, that needs to
I-
be locked
yeah.
in room 101, buried and locked in room 101.
Jake, I'm gonna ask you what you think. Do you think it go? I mean, I know what the answer is, but do you think it goes in?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's nothing sort of sadder than you think that somebody. I mean, in like you've just said, we've spoke about football shirts before in the past, and we've seen clear fake football shirts being sold at like £100, and you just think,
Yeah,
that's cost that person £10 to buy, and they're just basically taking 90 quid off somebody
yeah,
who doesn't know any better. And it's we've even had little bits on the podcast where we've said, if you feel like you need to double check a shirt, send us a
yeah.
picture, have a
Please
chat with
do.
us, because
Yeah,
there's nothing worse than thinking or knowing that people are getting out of pocket just because somebody's trying
yeah,
it. It's
yeah.
it might be an honest mistake, but either way, it's
Yeah, I mean,
still
to
not
be
good
fair,
enough.
I actually had that with Woody. Actually, it was
Yeah.
back in through the early days. I was after a Juventus Jeep, the pink one. I think it's 15, 16, is it? I can't
Hard
remember.
to get original wise, but there's so many fakes of them floating about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So floating about on Vinted, it was like I think was it 35 quid or something like 40 quid. And I looked at it and I thought, oh, the tags, the collar, I thought that all looks
Mm.
really good. I thought, sorry, I'm going to take a chance. So I bought it. It turned up, and then it's got one of them. The tag, the cardboard tag. It just said Adidas jersey, and I
Addy
was like,
jersey. Addy jersey
shit.
is a telltale sign.
Yeah. So I was like, oh crap. And I looked at all the other stuff, and I sent it to Woody, and I was like, mate. And he said, send me some pictures of the detail, the collars and the bit. So I sent him, and I was thinking, this all looks good. And then you look at that back bit, and it's the Adidas jersey, and I'm just thinking, this ain't right. So anyway, he comes back and he said, mate, I'm sorry to tell you, that is a fake. It's a very good fake, mind you.
hmm
And I'm like, well, it looks good enough for me to wear and not pay 140 quid for.
That's
But
it.
you
That's it. Yeah.
just tell me it's a fake. Do you know what I mean? Don't go,
Yeah.
oh, because I contacted the guy and I said, oh, is this real? It seems a bit too cheap, mate. And he was like, oh, I don't know, mate. Oh, I got it from this guy. And just tell me, no, it's a snide, mate. And I'd have been like, all right, fair enough. I'll still pay you for it because it looks bloody
Yeah. You
good.
drop it a
And
bit cheaper. Yeah.
yeah, I
But,
might have offered him a tenner less. Yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, it's just be honest. You know what I mean? It's I'd
Yeah.
have still
That's
bought
the
the
thing.
bloody thing, but
All right. Well, Jake, if you want to grab the handle and give it a pull, in it goes into room 101. I like that one. I like it a lot.
excellent, excellent.
I got to just really quickly. I got to show you my football collection. It is minuscule in comparison to yours. I've got them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 footballs.
Well, that's the start.
Yeah. First of all, the Adidas Tango is my ultimate favourite football of all time. I even have it as a tattoo on my calf, of which I'll have to show you a
Nice.
picture. But
Do you know what? It's also one of my favourites as well, mate. To be honest with you,
I don't know
it's
why, but this
classic design.
is so classic. And what I love is when Wolves were being made by Adidas, I think anyone who is an Adidas got this ball with your club logo on. Obviously, it was
Nice.
never used, but this is perfection to me.
That's very nice,
Love
man.
it.
It's quite rare to get that with the logo on, mate. As well, to be fair.
Yeah, I like it.
Just the
Another
wrong
one.
logo. It needs a cockerel instead of a wolf.
This one, you may have seen this one before, but this was when Star Wars teamed up with Mitre,
Okay.
and you can see the Stormtrooper eyes.
Yes.
Now, what was brilliant is this is a hyperscene ball, so it's a proper match ball.
Really?
And Sports Direct had a massive sale on, and I don't really know if Sports Direct knew what they were selling. They were selling them off at £3.
Oh
So
my lord!
I bought 10 of them for my Sunday League team,
Brilliant.
and I kept one for myself.
Brilliant.
I bought Flo
That's
one of
very
those for
rare.
her birthday.
I was going to say it's very rare to get a gimmicky ball in a match ball quality ball. It really is. Usually they're just the 30, 40 pound replicas. So that is, it's
Yeah.
probably quite a rare bird. That I've not seen it before.
This is one of the best balls, and this is because I didn't steal it, but I found it when I went to watch a Iceman Premier League game, the official
Nice.
Iceman Premier League ball.
Yeah, yeah,
And
very
this,
nice. Yeah, that's about 6-8 years ago.
yeah, this ball is obviously the most match ball I have, and I play with it, as you can tell, and I've never seen a ball move in the air like this one. It is it. Woof. As a
Really, moves
goalkeeper,
about a lot.
it moves about a lot. It's
Jabulani
horrible.
style. Do
I have
you know
never
what?
played with one of those, and I don't really want to either. They terrify me.
Yeah, no, I just don't want to kick mine because it cost me 400 quid. So yeah, I'll leave that in the box down there. But
This is the other
I've got
one,
a
and I have
similar.
no idea what this one is. But in the shop that my brother works at, um, it's really weird, and it's really weird texture. But it's a gimmicky ball, and it's kind of like almost Mario style, but
Oh yeah,
Japanese.
yeah, yeah.
Looks
I
like a
don't
football
recognize that
ball.
logo either. It's a
No,
Xena,
Is it a
whatever that
futsal ball?
means.
Xena, that
I
is a
quite
weird
like it.
one, mate.
It
That
is a
is a
bit of a
weird
weird
one.
one, but
And
it's quite
I was
cute.
going to say that might have reminded me of a similar ball and a similar story. This was before I started collecting again, so it was in probably sort of 2016, 2017. My brother is he's in football. He works in football. He doesn't like to be called a scout, but it's the modern version of a scout. He's a data analyst, I think they call it.
Okay,
But he's moved on. He's moved to Cambridge, and he's now got a bigger role at Cambridge. He was at Millwall before, but anyway, he was at a game and he had left early. He'd left about 10 minutes before the game, and literally he's leaving the car park, and this mitre, a fluo mitre, a bit like that one, but a bit later, comes flying over the stand, bounces across the car park, and hits the side of his car. so, so he duly got out and collected the ball to take as tax for the damage to his car. But yeah, he gave that ball to me. But yeah, it's a nice little story. Yeah, because his dog chewed one of my footballs, and he was like, "Oh, brother, I'll replace your ball," and he gave
oh
me
dear
that
me.
actual match ball for it. So I was quite pleased with that. That sits pride of place in my old collection room out there.
Well, as someone who likes to display his football shirts and wear them, I encourage you. I don't know how, but I encourage you to get them all out and put them on display somehow, some way.
Yeah, yeah.
I,
I'm
I do
thinking.
not encourage you to kick them.
No, God no, God no. Each kick would be £10 of devaluation. But
Although,
no,
do you
I
when
was
you're
almost think.
bored in your socks do a couple of keepy uppies?
Yep, yep.
Oh,
Indoors, must be
let's
indoors
have a look.
though.
It's
Just
gone.
don't get any dirt
Yeah,
on it.
and
But
I
yeah,
know when I was arranging this, you do still play football. Do you? First of all, are you in charge of organising the footballs for your team? And when you buy
no,
balls,
but
do you buy two?
there's a couple of my the lads that are like, come on, you're the football man. Come on, bring us a nice football to play with. Bring us a nice football player. And I'm like, fellas, it's like about 300 quid. You can't be kicking that. But yeah, on the same count as we play in the leisure leagues. You know what I mean? I'm sure you guys know that the 4G stuff.
Yeah,
And they had a vets league. Because obviously it's no fun getting young whippersnappers that are 20 years old running it round you and taking the piss, flicking it over you. It just ends in violence, that sort of stuff. So they got a vets league, so we joined that, and yeah, it's going really well, man. We won a couple of leagues over the last 6 years, and obviously being a ball collector, like they do all sorts of different colours. That's kind of my little quirky thing. Do you know what I mean? If Nike release a design and they've got 6 different colorways that they would, play with, one in Argentina, one in, I
yeah,
will try and get all of them colorways. Do you know what I mean? Like the Serie A one,
yeah.
the Spanish League one, the Copa America one. So I try and do that. But so leisure leagues have got about 10, 12 different colorways of this ball, like an orange one, a yellow one, black one, silver one, gold one. So I went down a little route when we won one of the leisure leagues one year of trying to buy as many of these as I could. So they're only like £8, £10 on eBay, but yeah, I've amassed, I don't know, about 8 of those. I am getting round to a post one day of all the leisure league medals, photo of the football team. But yeah, I got the kit and sponsored the kit as well for all the lads on on a Wednesday night. So yeah, it's a bit of a bespoke kit. I should have probably bought the shirt down. It's like a black, grey, and pink. And it's a little bit wild, but yeah, I should have bought
Well,
one down from upstairs because you won't have seen one
it
of them
was a bit
before.
wild.
That's for sure.
And that's not too dissimilar from the way that us as collectors collect football shirts. And you might go after like Al Shaw, for example, who I know and love. Like, he's gone and tried to collect all of the Germany template shirts from '94. 1994, the Germany home kit and away kit had that diamond.
Yeah.
He's gone and collected all of them from all the different teams that wore them as templates, right? So similar to you collecting all of the Nike balls in different colours. But then also that is worth a lot. Whereas, somebody also, me, for example, I've gone for the Wolves shirts from the years I've been going, and value wise, much like your Leisure League balls, a lot less, but a lot more sentimental.
Yeah.
So that's what I love about collecting anyway, is like your collection is so valuable to you.
Yeah. A lot of that. Yeah. Same with my Spurs shirts. I 87, the one with the arrows on it. I think I bought it down and got it up there. But that, and again, I think you associate a lot of this, like your love of the tango. I worked out that you associate your first football love that stays with you. A lot of people I speak to, they're like, "Oh, what's your favorite ball?" "Oh, the 2002 World Cup ball, the FIFA Nova." And I'm like, Are you mad? That's a horrible football. That's their first tournament that they remember, and where they fell in love with football. That's why that ball means so much to them. So it has a lot of that association with age and when you first got into football. I genuinely believe that is a thing. A lot of people I speak to, their favourite ball is usually the one of their first tournament that they remember or they grew up.
Similar when you ask someone what their favourite World Cup was, it's usually their first one that they remember.
Yeah.
Or isn't it when they're around about 10 years old? Is that what we think it is? Around about 8 to 12, anything
You know
like
what?
that?
That would make sense because I remember '86, and I would have been 8, and then obviously would have been 12 at the '90 World Cup, and that's the one that really embedded itself deeply in me. I remember bits of '86, but I don't feel as attached to it. Whereas 1990, that's my World Cup, mate. I was all over that World Cup.
Yeah.
94, there wasn't a World Cup in 94, was there? Of course.
See, this is where because that was like my first one where I was around that age and I could proper be into it. I remember the build up to it. I remember the kits for it. I remember the sticker book for it and the official books for it, manual for it, whatever it was that you call it. And that's why it's probably one of my favourite tournaments ever. England weren't even in it, but it was like it was just
that's what I mean.
in it.
That's the power of it. That has stayed with you, even without the England sort of
connection.
To follow. But yeah, do you remember, speaking of them books, Orbis World Cup '90? Do any of you guys remember that?
I don't remember that one, no.
You bought a part each week, right? It wasn't your standard sticker book. You bought a part and you had to put it into the dividers. So it would have
I kind of remember the stuff like that. Yeah,
few facts, few special players, stickers, and you got like 2 or 3 teams with each part until you formulated your own sticker book. And one of my favourite bits, they had like old school goals where they would have it in a pictogram, where they'd dot the lines of the players running.
They draw where the ball had gone and stuff like that.
That's
I kind of remember
exactly
stuff like that.
Yeah, so they had like a pictogram of these goals.
It's so crap when you imagine trying to explain that to a young kid nowadays. Like that's how we
they'd be
used to
like,
learn
what?
about goals.
Can that come on that? But yeah, classic stuff like that. It just lives long in the memory. I think they even had one of Gordon Banks's save. And I just used to look at the trajectory of the ball because it goes up and then over the bar, and you're thinking, they got that dotted line wrong. Hey, how has the ball gone like that? And then when you watch the save, you're like, oh yeah, I see. Still don't know how he did it, but yeah.
Right, Ian, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on today. I think we love the enthusiasm that you have about the collection. And as I said at the start, we are nerds. We are purveyors of football beauty, and footballs are part of that. So thank you
Yeah,
so much for coming
excellent.
on. It
No worries.
means
It's
a
been a
lot
pleasure.
to
Been a
us.
pleasure to get nerdy with you about some footballs. Yeah.
And I feel
Yeah.
like we're scratching at the surface, really, especially
Yeah, I was going to
considering
say,
we've
mate.
got.
Yeah, it's been what, an hour and 20, but yeah, we're just getting warmed up, really. Haven't even
Well
got the
then,
Jabulani out or the boots. There's some boots down here to have a look at as well. But
I think that then sets us up for a part 2 when Woody will be available as well, and
yeah,
you
could
can
do.
get.
I don't mind going again at all. But yeah, so
We'll do it
just
again.
quickly, the gunmetal manias there.
Oh yeah,
Got to
they're
sneak
nice,
them
aren't
in.
they?
Yeah, yeah. Not my
What
favourites,
what
but
football would you pair with those if you
most
were to have a
recent.
little display?
Oh, just off the top of my head, it's one of my most hated footballs because I don't like it because it's silver. It's the Rotero. But it would go beautifully with those gunmetal boots. Yeah,
Yeah, not wrong.
silver
Right,
Rotero.
if if people aren't following you already and they want to see your collection and your account, where can they find you on social media?
Yeah, Instagram really is I think it's the only place I'm sort of socially active, if you like, which is Hicksy 1210 I2. The two, because obviously my last account got wiped out. But yeah, I'm a fan of Technics as well and records, dance music. So that's where the 1210 comes from.
Okay,
And the
okay,
eyes for
brilliant.
Instagram, just out of interest. Yeah.
Yeah, Jake, if people want to find you on social media, where can they find you?
I am at Art on Shirts FC.
Okay, and that's on all the socials, right?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm there or thereabouts. A little bit chill at the moment, but the Christmas rush is kicking in, so let me paint some stuff, and then there'll be plenty going on there over the next couple of weeks.
Cool. If you want to follow Woody, if you're not already, he is at WoodyW1988. He also has his 90s football podcast called That 90s Premier League Podcast. And he also has at Has the Game Gone podcast on social media. So you can follow all those. And Helen, if people want to find you, what website can they go to?
You can find me at crabslum.com.
Yeah. And yeah, we are the Wonderful World of Football shirts on YouTube and Spotify. We are also on Instagram, TikTok, and X at ShirtsPod. We're doing little videos every few days. Thank you, Helen, by the way. And if you are ever interested in seeing me and my current exploits as a house renovator, you can find me at the Ginger Without a Clue, because I have no clue what I'm doing in fixing up my house. But get little wins, as I proved at the start. That's it. Thank you so much for listening, guys.
Rich. Can I
Yes.
interject there just for 1 second? It's
Yeah, of course.
Spotify. It's Spotify Wrapped time. So if we
Oh,
do
yeah.
feature in your most listened podcast, tag us. We want to see
Yes.
it. I've seen Double A post up today. We're in there. We're in his top 5. Let's see some more. Tag us in so we can see and post you up on our stories.
Do you
Good
know what?
stuff.
Thanks for that. You are so right. We love that. We love the interactions from you guys. And I want to reiterate something that we started last week. Buymeacoffee.com. Hosting this podcast is lovely. We love providing it to you, and it is free. We don't ask for any subscriptions or anything, but unfortunately, sometimes there are costs that come with supporting the pod on a platform and recording equipment and actually recording it. There are little costs, and we sometimes just need a little bit of help. So we've set up buymeacoffee.com/shirtspod, where if you want to buy us a coffee for £2, £3, then you can. And we've had 2 donations from Harry Pell. So thank you, Harry. And we've just had one from Mark, aka at Football Shirts 82, and he has come up with a suggestion which we love. He said, off the back of doing our music and football shirts, he wants to see us do a shirts in films and TV.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Love that.
That's a good idea.
So we're going to do that.
Brilliant. And thanks, Harry, for buying us a coffee. Top man.
Yeah. So that's going to be brilliant. And yeah, that's it. Ian, we always like to give the guest the pleasure to say goodbye to our listeners and any kind of final words. So, yeah, over to you.
Yeah, I'd just say be careful out there. Watch out for them fakes, especially them miters on eBay. 40 quid. Don't do it. But yeah, thanks for listening. Take care, everyone.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Right, let's just end the recording.